Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello students, my name is Faisal Rahman Khan and I am a lecturer in Pakistan Studies in Government Shah Latif Boys College Mirpur Khas. As we all know that a new system of online education has been started by the order of the Education Department of Commerce Sindh. So, in this regard, we are going to learn, and I am going to deliver a lecture of Pakistan Studies. The topic today is the services of Shah Waliullah Rahmatullah Alayh. Shah Waliullah Dehlvi Rahmatullah Alayh, a very famous religious scholar, a social reformer, the author of many books written on different topics. Today we are going to discuss his services for the Muslims of India, that how he served the Muslims of India and how he paid his duties to bring betterness for the lives of the Muslims of India. Before discussing his services, let's know about his early life, his birth, his family background a little bit, so that we can have an idea that how was he and from where he actually comes up. He was born in February 1703, and let me tell you one more fact, that just after 4 years of his birth, the last powerful Mughal king of India, Aurangzeb Alamgir, he died in 1707. So after the birth of Shah Waliullah, 4 years after the birth of 4 years, after 4 years of the birth of Shah Waliullah, Aurangzeb Alamgir died. So 1703 was the year when Shah Waliullah born. His father name was Shah Abdul Rahim. His father was also a very pious person, a religious scholar, the founder of a madrasa. His madrasa name was Madrasa Rahimia. He served the Muslims kids with the religious education. He taught them the religious education in his native town, and Shah Waliullah also got his early education from his father's madrasa. He learned the different educational subjects in his father's madrasa for 12 years. His real name, Shah Waliullah, was basically his title. His real name was Shah Kutubuddin. Now, as he was growing up, as we have already discussed, that the last powerful Mughal emperor of India, Aurangzeb Alamgir, died just after 4 years of his birth. The conditions of Indian society were changing dramatically. The Mughal Empire was falling, declining, and the conditions were going out of control of the Mughal Empire, the Mughal emperors. The Muslims were feeling the danger in India, despite the fact that they were still the ruler of the Indian subcontinent, but they were having a sense of losing that all, because the British empire, it had not established as yet, but they were spreading their, hands throughout India. So, and the other communities, the other religious people of India, they were also not feeling well under the Mughal Empire. So this whole situation was occurring when Shah Waliullah was growing up. So he actually, after completing his education in India in his father's madrasa, he moved to Saudi Arabia to get more education, more religious education, higher education as we call it. He remained there in Saudi Arabia as the student of Sheikh Tahir bin Ibrahim. Sheikh Tahir bin Ibrahim was a very popular and a very pious religious scholar there in Saudi Arabia, and he served the Muslims as he taught the religious education to the thousands of Muslims throughout the world. They moved to Saudi Arabia and they got education from there. So Shah Waliullah got his education from there also. He got Quran Pak memorized. He was a Hafiz Quran. He had the certificate which we call a sanad in Urdu, in fiqh, in hadith, and he authored many books after he moved back to India, which we are going to discuss later on step by step. So when he came back to India and he saw the conditions of the Muslims here in India, he felt that the conditions need to be changed of the Muslims of India, because the decline was too fast of the Muslims of India, that the Muslims were not feeling safe at all. Although, as I said, that the complete fall took place in 1857 of the Mughal Empire, but the conditions were becoming worse for the Muslims. There were mutinies against the Mughal Empire, there were rebellions against the Mughal Empire, the people were not feeling, the Muslims actually were not feeling safe, so they wanted to become safe, and for that Shah Waliullah and his like-minded people, they started doing their services for the Muslims of India. Shah Waliullah served the Muslims of India with 4 ways, as we simply can say. He served the Muslims of India by translating the Holy Quran in Persian. Shah Waliullah was the first person to translate the Holy Quran in Persian. Why did he translate the Holy Quran in the Persian? Because the Persian was a language to the Muslims of India which they could easily understand. Before the partition of India and after establishment of Pakistan as well, if we see the educational system, the Persian was taught to the early education students of Pakistan as well. Later on, it became a choice for the students of the higher classes whether they want to learn Persian or not. But after the establishment of Pakistan and before the partition of India as well, the Persian was taught to each and every student. So Persian was a familiar language for the Muslims of India. Therefore, he translated Quran Pak into Persian so that the people can understand the message of Quran, that what Quran says, what Allah says to the believers. Initially, this step of Shah Waliullah was considered as a sin, and he was declared as an infidel. That who was he to translate the holy book, the words of Allah from the language in which Allah revealed Holy Quran to another language. But slowly, when people realized the intention of Shah Waliullah, and when the religious scholars of his time, when they realized that this step was changing the mind of the people, was changing the mind of the Muslims, and it was making Quran easier for the Muslims of India. Then they realized that this service of Shah Waliullah was a great service for the Muslims of India. So this one was the first service. There are many more, but this was the first service which he did for the Muslims of India. He was the author of 51 books. He wrote 51 books, 23 plus books he wrote in Persian language, and he almost covered every area, every field of the life. He wrote about the politics, he wrote about the sociology, he wrote about the religion. He translated the books of Imam Malik, Al-Musawwa and Al-Mutawwa, to the Persian language. So these were the services which he did for the Muslims of India. 51 books he wrote, and he translated the Holy Quran into the Persian language. He translated the books of Imam Malik into the Persian language. So this was the educational, let's say, the service of Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan, which Shah Waliullah, which he paid for the Muslims of India. Then the life of the Muslims was being miserable with every passing day, especially those living in NWFP of that particular time, which we now know as Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and the people of Punjab, the Muslims of Punjab. The Marathas had made their lives very much difficult. They initially started the rebellions, and then they started putting cruelties over the Muslims of those areas. Shah Waliullah, realizing this situation, he wrote a letter to the ruler of Afghanistan, whose name was Ahmad Shah Abdali. Ahmad Shah Abdali was a very popular ruler of Afghanistan, very powerful Muslim ruler of Afghanistan. Shah Waliullah wrote a letter to Ahmad Shah Abdali that you are so powerful, you are a very great Muslim ruler, just living in just neighboring country of India, but you do not help your brothers and your sisters, Muslim sisters and brothers of India. They are being ruled, they are being crushed by the Marathas of this country. Why don't you help them? He wrote this letter in 1761, and as response to his letter, Ahmad Shah Abdali prepared his forces and he came to India to fight against the Marathas. He waged a war against the Marathas in the battlefield of Panipat in 1761 against Marathas. He crushed, defeated Marathas in the battle of Panipat in 1761. This was, of course, we acknowledge the services of Ahmad Shah Abdali, but behind that, it was a letter, it was an intention of Shah Waliullah, who wanted Ahmad Shah Abdali to intervene in the situation and to just help assist the Muslims of India so that they could have the breath of self-belief, the breath of respect, the breath of safety in India, in their home, where they were being killed, where they were being taken out of their homes. So this was also one of the service of Shah Waliullah, which we can remember, and for which we call Shah Waliullah to be a very great Muslim political thinker and social reformer. One more service of Shah Waliullah was about the characteristics of a leader. Shah Waliullah, when he realized that the Mughal Empire is declining so fastly, so rapidly, he suggested some of the things to the rulers, to the Mughals, that how this entire decline came in your life, came in India, and how you are just falling so rapidly. remove some of your mistakes and then you can recover from the falling position to the top once again. He suggested that there should be some qualities in the rulers, and if the ruler has such qualities, then there is no power against that ruler who can overthrow the rule of that particular ruler if he has such qualities. First of all, he said that the ruler must be a man. He must be a man. As simple as that. This should not go as against the gender, that Shah Waliullah or me talking against the opposite gender. Basically, he wanted to say that there are certain qualities with which the different genders are given birth on the earth. Women are equal, men are equal, but there are certain qualities with which they are given birth. So, man is physically more powerful than women and can have difficulties on his shoulders. So basically, what I actually understand about this, because of this, he wanted only men to become the ruler of any country. The ruler must consult the issues of the country, the political issues, the religious issues, the economic issues, every kind of issues. The rulers must consult about the issues with the concerned people of that particular society, so that he can have a good knowledge about the issues. Everyone is not perfect in every field, so there are expert people available in every society. So this is the duty of a ruler, that he must consult the expert people, the concerned people of his society, so that the best possible solution may be brought and the issues may resolve. Third thing which he wanted, that the ruler must be bold in taking decisions. What he wanted actually, that the ruler must be bold, which means actually that he should stand by the decisions he takes. He must consult, before taking any decision, he must consult to the expert people of his society. But once he has decided someone and he has made a decision, he should stand by his decision and should not step back. This is actually a thing which makes or which shows the lack or the inferiority of a ruler, that he actually takes back his step, or he just pushes back whatever he says. So these were certain qualities which he wanted to be in a ruler, in a Muslim ruler, so that the falling position or the declining position of the Mughal Empire can be recovered, and the Muslims may have their previous position back, whatever they had in the previous times with the Mughal Empire or before the Mughal were the rulers of India. So these all were the services of Shah Waliullah for the Muslims of subcontinent. He translated Holy Quran into the Persian. He authored 51 books. He wrote a letter to Ahmad Shah Abdali, called him for the intervention to teach a lesson to the Marathas, and of course he told some of the qualities of the Muslim leaders, Muslim rulers, so that the legacy of the Muslim rulers or the Mughal rulers be back to the rulers of India. This was the lecture. I hope that you all understand this lecture and the things about the services of Shah Waliullah Rahmatullah Alayh. are clear to you. Shah Waliullah died in 1763, and with his death, his services, of course, came to the end. His son, by the way, Shah Abdul Aziz, he translated, and his brother Shah Rafi translated the Quran in Urdu. So from families to families, they have been servicing the Muslims of India. This all about is the services of Shah Waliullah. Thank you very much. I hope you understand each and everything.